Missouri candidates are making their final push to get out the vote ahead of Election Day. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, has more on two key races where campaigns are making their closing arguments. Mark.
And the final sprint to the finish line features a heavy dose of abortion politics in the race for Attorney General. And in that $46 million fight for Missouri's Senate seat, Democratic challenger Lucas Kunce is hammering incumbent Josh Hawley as, quote, posh Josh and a selfish swamp creature who he says flies private jets over the state he represents. As voters make their voices heard, candidates and campaigns sprint to the finish line. Missouri Republicans swinging through a Chesterfield airport hangar.
We're going to be back in Southwest Missouri here later on this evening as we close out the campaign.
But later canceled some stops due to inclement weather. Democrat Lucas Kunce pouncing, calling Senator Josh Hawley posh Josh. Hawley staff used one of their signs to block a woman's sign before escorting her away.
I think the problem that you have with Josh Hawley is that he's a show horse, not a workhorse.
Hawley left without taking our questions, but the Republican running to take his old job as Missouri's Attorney General stayed behind.
I'm fighting to protect life and enforce the rule of law.
Andrew Bailey argued in a recent court filing that access to a popular abortion drug leads to lower birth rates among teenagers ages 15 to 19, which he said could cost Missouri federal funds or maybe a seat in Congress.
Yeah, I think that's an insane argument to make, and I think that Andrew Bailey should be ashamed that he's making it. He's arguing not only for increased teen pregnancies, but a lot of those folks in that category of 15 to 19-year-olds, that's the explicit one that he identifies, that a lot of those are minors, and so that's in situations where some of them can't even consent.
You argued in court that more teen pregnancies would be better for the state of Missouri?
No, I never argued that. This is a standing argument that the destruction of human life costs the state of Missouri.
How?
Because we have fewer people and we have loving homes for children that don't get filled.
The teenagers.
The teenagers need, I'm sorry, I just don't understand.
Teenage pregnancy, your court briefing argued that more pregnant teens is better for the state.
No, that's not true. The argument is that the state of Missouri is harmed by the destruction of human life.
Were you saying that your office misfiled something, made a mistake in that claim? Because they did argue in your court briefing that teen pregnancies are good for the state and that fewer teen pregnancies is bad for the state. Did they get that wrong?
Look, here's the argument. The state of Missouri is harmed when innocent life is killed. I know we can find loving homes for all children, and that's the argument we're trying to make.
Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.